Okay. Uh, Stream is up, I think. Sound looks good. It looks extremely loud though. Too loud, in fact. Is it? Is it though too loud? It kind of looks like too loud. Alright. So, stream is running. Sound is... How is the sound? Yeah, everything's on the green. Alright guys, welcome everybody. Welcome to the live stream. I hope you're having a nice weekend, having a good time, and everything is good. Snacks, Tazzy, Syncrash Flight 97, LPCP plane spotting, Cooler. Guys, great to see you here. Welcome everybody, and welcome those who are watching this live stream after it's been complete. Today we are going to have quite a special mod, I would say, because it finally brought something very cool, which it basically made the Tupolev 134 easier to fly. And there we go. In the chat, Belluel, he's the author of the mod. Dude, thank you so much for creating this. I am so far away from the airplane because, as you guys know, it's Murphy Law. Every time I start a live stream, I find something new, and it looks like it's a thunderstorm here over Almaty, where we are parked right now in Kazakhstan. And it looks like the wind is spooling up the engine a little bit, and because of that, that triggers the sound, and that's exactly why you keep hearing that engine sound constantly. I have no idea, but there is not much I can do. So yeah, we have a mod that now makes the Tupolev 134 easier to operate. Basically, it translates the entire cockpit, or almost the entire cockpit, like what you exactly need to fly the airplane, to English. And you might say that maybe for me that's weird, because if you don't know, I'm Russian and I speak Russian, I read Russian, I can write Russian without any problems. But because I grew up in Europe, in Portugal specifically, all my aviation knowledge has been in an English language. So basically, all the naming of the Russian components and all that stuff, I'm basically almost a total zero. So this mod actually helps me out quite a bit as well, and I'm sure that many people would love to try to fly this airplane, even if only for fun. But they did not do that because it's a little bit more complicated to get the cockpit right and all the switches. And because if you saw the other stream that I did with the Tupolev 134 a while ago, it's a quite complicated airplane and not exactly well organized in terms of ergonomics of the cockpit. So anyways, this helps out a lot. I'm terribly sorry for the sound that it's making. It's the engine sound, and it's definitely because of the thunderstorm, probably because of the gusts of wind or something. I already tried to put the airplane perpendicular to the wind. It doesn't help, so yeah, I guess it's a bug. I don't hear any thunderstorm though, but I've seen some lightning around. Anyways, Floppo, hey, great to see you here. Daifuko, welcome everybody. Oh, we just have, I think we have Shady P missing, and oh my god, I forgot the name. There was another guy. He's from Germany as well. Oh my god, what is his name? Dude, anyways, we're missing two people. 2 or 3 people. Alright, but yeah, anyways, the mod is really cool. It also does some small fixes on the engines because, in case you already flew this airplane, you probably noticed that the engine rotation needles is a little bit broken, and like the engine power is a little bit broken as well, so it is now fixed. There are some texture improvements, if I recall correctly, on the cockpit, so some of the texturing will be looking better. And also, if you are a user of the xChecklist plugin, there is now an xChecklist plugin available that comes with the mod. And finally, I'll show you something in a bit. There is a document for those who want to start learning this airplane from zero, which basically gives you a very, very good visual guide on what to do. Oh, look, there is an A350. They're taxiing up the runway. Is that an Aeroflot one? No, we're to fly. All right. And it's very, very good, very cool. Visual guide for those who want to try and learn this airplane. So yeah, what is today's well, flight. We're going to be doing a more or less fun flight. And when I say more or less is we're going to be, of course, flying pretty much seriously. But the type of flying that we're going to be doing are going to be pretty much fun. So I decided to pick up this livery on purpose because actually there is something that I didn't know until I found out like recently. You have different configs for every livery, and those can change types of avionics, types of instrumentation, so you can have GPS, no GPS, all that stuff, and basically it makes kind of like the airplane more or less modern. So today we're going to go full hardcore. This is like the oldest variant that I could have found. Basically, like the main altimeters are in meters. Luckily there's a standby in feet. There's no GPS. The artificial horizon is all gray, which is really weird. I didn't think it would be that weird by just changing the colors. And yeah, that's basically going to be it. And we're going to have 2 flights today, one of which is going to be pretty much short. Direct routing takes us 40 miles, I think, or 49 miles, so it's going to be really short. Oh, look at that. There's a Belavia landing. Wait, is there an event here or something? Am I missing something? There's been 2 planes already, and I just spawned. Where's the A350? There's the A350. What is going on here? 1, 2, 3. Oh, there's another one approaching. Anyway, and so yeah, and then we're gonna have a second flight to another place, which is gonna be a little bit more long, but it's gonna be cool nonetheless. We're right now in Kazakhstan, as I already said, Almaty. Beautiful airport, surrounded by beautiful mountains. Of course, we can't see very much of the mountains right now. I mean, a little bit, yeah, but it's really, really cool. This area in brilliant weather is amazing. And we're going to be flying into the mountains. So we're going to be flying into a huge lake that has a nearby airport that's pretty big and takes passenger services. Actually, on an MD-83, you can check that out in Flight Radar. But that's in another country. It's called Kyrgyzstan. And actually, you know what? I'll just show you. I'll just show you what I have here in Sky Vector, so you guys can see better what to expect. So right now we are here in Almaty, and we are going to be departing out of here, crossing all this mountain ridge, which is pretty high. I mean, look at this. The Great Mora is 16.2, 17.2 on this one, which means like the highest peak here should be of an elevation of 15,200 feet, roughly. And we're going to be landing right here on this airfield. It's called Isul, and this lake is called exactly the same. So probably it's like the airport of the lake. There's small towns all around the place, and we are going to be flying there. So the idea is we depart from this big international airport after maintenance. So we're going to be flying an empty airplane into here, and we're going to be starting a passenger service from I forgot the name already. Isul to Osh city, which is like the second biggest city in Kyrgyzstan. Also, the weather is amazing. I don't know what's going on here. Why is this happening exactly? But we have frequent thunderstorms with hail. It's moving. Tops at flight level 380. So this is going to be definitely interesting. All of this area here can be affected. I mean, it's pretty huge. I don't know what's going on here with the weather. Luckily, this airport here is fine. And I'm looking like here in Osh, looks like we have some embedded thunderstorms forecasted with tops at flight level 390. So today's flight, in terms of weather, is going to be very interesting. Now, I will cheat just a tiny bit. And when I say cheat is, I will make my life easier, because operating this airplane is difficult. So what I mean cheating is sometimes I'm not going to be do the complete procedure. So let's say we have like a specific approach, like for example I can show you here. Let me just close this. So if I go to the charts of this airport, oh yay, finally we heard the thunderstorm. If I go here to the initial approach charts, for example, let's say we're going to be landing on this runway here. As you can see, we have to go all the way here to this waypoint, Varok, which is the initial approach fix, then to the DMER to intercept the ILS, and so on. If it will be possible to me, if we will have visual conditions to not do this, I will not do this. I'll try something like a visual, using a VOR or something. Try to make my life as easier as possible and using the conventional navigation to my aid. So we're not going to be strict procedures today, but nonetheless it should be good. It should be interesting. All right. Now I do have to plan some stuff for the flight, at least the fuel and so on. As I told you guys already, we're going to have 0 payload on the departure out of here. But I want to bring enough fuel for the entire thing. Or maybe actually we don't need that, because I would probably prefer to have an airplane that can climb like crazy, or at least climb a lot better than just having a little bit of a more heavy airplane. Let me just see. Also, this is very interesting. This is the AIP. So this is like the real-world documentation for this airport. And it's funny that it's written first in Russian and the second in English, and not even on the local language, which is a little bit, I don't know, but for me it looks a little bit unusual. Anyway, Cooler, can you breathe Russian? What do you mean? Snack, especially for fun. Absolutely. Cooler, oh, I actually relate. This is why I still do VATSIM in English, even in France. Oh, yeah. And I also think, I mean, I know you were talking about VATSIM, but in real life, I think it's a danger, like a very big security breach, safety breach, by talking on the local language when there's international traffic that might not understand what are you talking there. So, but anyways, all right. Let's see, fueling. No idea what this means, but in Russian it says, how should I say this? So you need to request it, per request. So let's say we would have fuel there, so yeah, we do have, alright, we have equivalent jet A1. TS1, I have no idea what the hell is that, but it says equivalent of jet A1. I mean, this is Soviet stuff, this will take anything, probably just like... No, I'm joking, of course. But anyways, we checked that, that's gonna be the first thing. So, let me just edit the flight. I need to submit the flight plan on VATSIM. Let me just make sure that we do not have any ATC here, because, well, we might have. Our call sign is gonna be very cool, it's gonna be Metal 1. That's gonna be it. Metal 1. Jesus Christ, I'm sick of hearing that spool of the engines. I'm terribly sorry for that. That's just the wind, and I guess that could be fixed maybe, very well. Kiko Games, YouTube. Hey man, welcome to live stream. Great to see you here. Chazzy, would so make my call sign over France? What? I don't know what do you mean to to say. Cooler, it's a danger, but in France area, the local airlines all speak in French anyways. Well, if it's the locals, I mean, it's fine. And I mean, it's only in the international airports that I really think it's dangerous, because there's a lot of stuff moving. And so, yeah. Anyways, let's go fill this up. We're gonna have to start up the airplane quickly and get going. I've been talking through a lot of time already. So, let's see, Uniform Charlie Foxtrot Lima. Uniform Charlie Foxtrot Lima. Done. Aircraft type. It's pretty slow here. Sim brief. What is going on? Is that because of VATSIM radar loading some stuff? Possibly. Probably. Yeah, it's getting quite slow here. No idea why. Alright, let's see. I just want to make sure that we do not have a control. I mean, I saw there was some Russian controller, but other than that... Alright, Kazakhstan. So here we are. We're going to be departing to here and then to somewhere along this area. No controls. I'll close the door. Tab. Let's find the Tupolev 134. I think there was a sim brief profile. Oh yeah, now it works quickly. 134 it is. Here, do I have a variant or not? Just want to make sure that it is there. Yes, there is one. Fantastic. Done. Alright, there's a bunch of this, which I actually like. The only thing is I would need to go here to where is this? IFR. No, wait. There's an option somewhere that basically turns off GPS navigation because we do not have it. Route finder, I guess. Yes, there we go. VOR only. Find route. Internal server error. Oh, maybe that's just sim brief. Yep, that looks like sim brief. Well. Alright, fine. We'll do this our way. It's all good. So I'm just gonna come here to sim brief and do my own routing real quick. Almaty, then to the VOR, then to here, then to the airport, then to the VOR again, and then this is where it's going to be interesting because I'm not sure we're going to have any kind of coverage, but should be fine. And then finally to Osh, and we do have an NDB here, so if for some reason we don't find the VOR, I can try and catch the VOR. Alright, I don't want this. This is gonna go off. I'm gonna paste this, analyze the route. It's gonna be probably a super short one. So I'm gonna assume that, and payload is gonna be 0. And I'm gonna add at least 1,000 kilos more because this thing burns quite a lot. Actually, you know what? I'll add 1,500 kilos. Because it will now calculate for the most direct route, and we are not going to be doing the most direct route. Actually, you know what? Let's do 2,000. Come on, computer, stop lagging. Holy cow. Firefox, what is going on with you? Okay, that's done. Let's generate the flight. While it does that, I will go and open the charts for Almaty, at least to see where do we have to taxi. Close the charts. Alright, let's do ADC. Open this one on a new tab, and this one as well. So we've got this one and this one. We are right now on position 48, if I'm not mistaken, so right here. And I would take the shortest route to get out of here. I think they are using runway 05 right, and for us that would be a little bit easier as well. So that sounds good to me. Okay, then I'll separate this one. Let me just check the METAR. What does he say? It's very important. I mean, I could just use the same brief one. Let's come here and check this as well. Alright, you know what, let me close Reddit as well. Not Reddit, sorry, Discord. And we'll see. Maltese, Malteser, wait. Maltese 2? Now this is exciting. Hello, by the way, I watched one of the other Tu-134 videos. It's really cool you're streaming today. Thank you very much, man, and great to see you here as well. Bellowell, famous potato-based liquid. True stuff. Alright, max takeoff weight. Let me open the PDF. And oh shit, I pressed the wrong button. Alright, I'll just generate it again. Where do we find the English cockpit mod? Redneck. It's already on the forums. You can download it there. Synchronous Live 97. Now we need the vodka emoji. Cooler local airlines. So even at Charles de Gaulle, Air France is always in French. See, I think that should be prohibited. I don't think that's safe. Okay, so zero fuel weight is 30 tons. 30,000 kilos. Fuel is going to be 7661. Sounds good to me. 2 hours and 58. And it gives me an altitude of 140, which we are not going to be complying because I'll go higher than that probably. But we'll see. Let's go to pre-file on the network. VATSIM. 2,000 hours after this. And I just want to see the weather. I'll actually close this one. We don't need that now. God damn it. Come on, dude. Where's sim brief? Wait, did I close sim brief? Never mind. Alright, DME R, we don't have the R. Whiskey Yankee, Yankee. So Yankee stands for separation. No, we don't have this one. So, I don't remember what this is. I think it's RVSM, airspace. Alright, never mind. So we have standard. Standard is ILS. It is an ILS, a VOR, and radio transmission. D is DME. F is for ADF. So we have that. What do we have also? Is that it? Is that the equipment? I mean, okay, we have the transponder. That's correct. Altitude, let's file 22. Airspeed, I'll file for 300. And am I missing something? Is that really the all equipment? Because I mean, this is almost the equipment I fly in my flight school. I mean, we have no GPS. Oh no, wait, RVSM, yes, we can do it. Okay, I guess it's fine. Metal 1, IFR, Tu-134. Let's file the flight plan. Flight plan is done. Okay, I guess I really closed out sim brief. So fine, I'll just open it again. Well, I'll have a look at the sound issue, yeah. Thank you very much, man. It's been amazing, really, what you've been doing already. Anyone that's seen the U.S. Air Force B-720 with the call sign Hawk 2, ooh, they so got given detention for that. What? Wow. Display VOR on the map and plan from there on sim brief. Yeah, done already. Tazi, definitely need to do some flights in ex-Soviet conclaves. Almaty scenery is pretty gorgeous. It's a shame I can't fly to Tbilisi. Good Freeware sceneries on it's all glitched with the airport. Oh really? What's going on there? Redneck, 2 hours ago and you're already upstreaming. It's brilliant. Awesome, man. It's good. I can speak Russian, but I cannot read Cyrillic, so this is awesome. Yeah, man. I mean, I just have, like, it's great for me just because I can literally read everything. Oh, look at this, North Star. I really like this North Star livery. Also, there is an Uzbekistan A320. Mike, is that you? If that's 7312, that's Mike. That's Mike. Mike is flying with us. Good, good stuff. So we've got somebody along. Very nice. In the meanwhile, welcome to the plane. Texture-wise, snacks. By the way, speaking of textures, aren't you thinking about completing those texture works that you were doing? That'd be pretty cool. I'm using a mix of normal ground services from the airplane. So you have like a menu here that you can go to ground tech, and you have, this means basically modern, and this one means Soviet. That's it. And you can just click there to open and close all the doors and hatches. So far I'll leave it like this. Let's get inside. And when I mean inside, let's actually get in by the cabin. Some nice curtains here. 100% Soviet. For some reason I can almost imagine the smell. Redneck, you have a GNS, so you can put L in both categories and it will display right. I don't have a GNS on this airplane, that's the thing. So yeah, when I fly Tu-134 without the modern tools, I write SDFI only. What does the I stands for, Snacks? But yeah, look at those mountains, man. When the sun comes out, this scenery is absolutely crazily beautiful. Anyways, let's get inside. First things first, I'm going to put the lights on. They will not power on now. Alright, then I'll set the temperatures to 20 so we don't let the people freeze in the back, even though we don't have anybody with us. Speaking of that, we need to go, oops, not here. We need to go here, customize, weight and balance, 7600, set, and let's do payload of just 200. Yeah, 200, just that. So we get some weight. Now, guys, very, very important. If you're loading this airplane for the first time, your CG is going to be crazily forward, like right here. And that will make the airplane very difficult to control. So make sure that your CG is not very far from 0. That will help you out a lot. Alright, fuel is up. I'll apply the changes. That's done. Let's get into the cockpit. Very cool. I can close the door. And welcome to this madness. Okay, let's go. Have a sit here. And let's start. As you can see, most of the things are translated to English, which is really, really good. And that makes the things a lot easier. This one is brakes, but I don't think they work, like speed brakes. But this is to lock the controls lock. I mean, there is the name, by the way. And it's really, really cool. So the instruments have not been translated yet, but I guess this is like a version 1.0 of the mod. There will be more stuff. Autopilot is all translated, so that's really nice as well. Most of the buttons here on the back, all the APU panel is translated as well. All this part is translated as well. This one is not really translated, but you don't really need, because you only have 1, 2, and 3 switches here that you need to switch on. And basically this one is already translated, so it's fine. Overhead is all translated, which is probably the best part, because it's just a mess and very complicated to understand. And finally the, should I call this engineering? No, this is not the engineering panel. This is, I don't know, whatever, navigator panel, I guess. So this is a 4-crew airplane, I guess, because there's 4 seats on this airplane, and we are 1 guy. So this is going to be fun. Anyways, let's power up the airplane. Basic stuff. We start by the batteries, battery 1, battery 2, connect the stuff, and then we're going to power up the GPU down here. Nope, my mistake. Need to call ground service first. For some reason it's not powering it up. No idea why. Wait, maybe I forgot to switch on engine cover, stairs. Let's close that door. No, I mean it should be. Ah, never mind, it's powering. Sorry, that's for the APU. Okay, then I'll do this. And then I do 1, 2, 3. I don't think we need this one. I'll actually leave that one open. Alright, don't need that, don't need that. Before I forget, switch the DME on, otherwise you won't have any DME reading. Window heat is off for now, that is correct, and I'll leave all the stuff off for now. Alright, we've got GPU power. Now let's go to the overhead and switch all the things that we really require. Engine stuff. I'll leave that all the way off. And I'll switch this on. Gyro control on. These 2 guys are going to go on. Also, before I forget this one. Oh no, wait, that should be... No, that's fine. Continuing onwards. This is no, this yes. Check the fire system, switch it on. Fuel pumps for the APU. That's off, that's off, that's off, that's off, that's correct. Alright, that's all done. Flaps are retracted, gear is fine. Now here on the passenger side, on the first officer side, no smoking on. Radio's on. Switch this pressurization thing to on. Yes, why would you put the pressurization thing there? I have no idea. Anyway, continuing onwards now on the right hand side. Let's see, this one, I can close this. Can remove the control locks. Radio's on. This one can come to on. Nose wheel steering off for now. Alright, most of this stuff is set. Let's start the APU. So, I'm gonna open the cover, start, wait for the green light. Hit the start for a little bit and wait. We're gonna have the RPM and EGT increase. Very good. Marcelo Garcia, hi, X-Plane 12. Yes, this is X-Plane 12 for you. Redneck, hopefully this thing gets Amy's UNS 1. That would be amazing. Oh, That'd be actually cool. I wish they would fix some of the bugs and make a little bit more optimized in terms of textures. Although I have to say that maybe it's because of the X-plane, or maybe it's actually because of the mod, but I already feel that this airplane is a little lighter on frame rates, which is excellent. Alright, I'm just aligning here the gyros because I've switched on the systems. And because the gyros take a while to align, I'm going to align them already before we start the engines, so we save some fuel. Next, I'm not sure that any variant of the Tu-134 had UNS in the service life. Oh, I see. And let's synchronize the other one. Synchronize Flight 97, we should do a Soviet month sometime. There's also Tu-134 and the Yak-18. Oh man, don't make me learn the Tupolev 154, please. I already spent so much time learning this one. That would probably... Holy cow, I don't even want to think about it. Redneck, the Tupolev 134B2 is in the Phillies Discord. It's updated to explain 12, works perfectly. It has an English cockpit as well. Alright, I'm gonna cry a little bit in the corner. Alright, we've got APU. APU bleed is gonna come on. Close this cover. Switch on the APU power, and I'll switch on the hydraulic pump accumulator, and also the APU bleed on the overhead. Also the nav light, because it's on this position and I skipped it. Good. Most of the stuff now is set up. We have basic power, and I could actually disconnect from the GPU. Now, one thing that we need to pay real attention though is we need to make sure that we do not exceed a certain amount of power when loading the APU, because like right here, see, we are above 400. We cannot exceed 400 on the APU. It's not switched on now, so we're not overheating it, but if you do so, it will start overheating and it will shut down, and you will not be able to switch anything on. Alright, but for that it's going to be pretty easy to switch stuff off. I'll just switch this one off, and we drop the load, and we're going to be fine there. Okay, so I submitted the flight plan, right? I connected to VATSIM, right? What else do we need to do? We need to set QNH of the area. QNH of the area, I'll just use this one from X-Plane. It's going to be 1020. This is the only altimeter I'm going to be using, because that one is in meters, and it's set in whatever pressure this is, I guess KFE. And I just don't want to convert it, so... You guys are going to allow me that. Also, I have my calculator on my phone in front of me, because as you can see here, airspeed is in kilometers. It's not the biggest deal. The biggest deal for me is that the DMU reading is in kilometers. And I'm really used to make my all calculations in nautical miles, so I will try to make all the calculations to have a better idea of where we are. And also, we need to set up our fuel counters. So we have 7,600 kilos. That will be 3,800 kilos per tank or per side. And we do have to set these because basically the fuel indicators, sorry, it's this one. The fuel indicators on this airplane is really not that precise. So you just set this up and it will decrease with the amount of fuel that you will burn. Anyways, let's go. Let me just read through the chat. Calisthenics channel. Нормальный английский чувак. Спасибо. Добро пожаловать на стрим. Aha, Tamer. Hey, welcome to live stream, man. How are you? Redneck, will you be using the NVU for this flight or VOR to VOR? Redneck, just VOR to VOR and as much visual as possible. Calisthenics channel. What's the flight school you study in? It's called Airdream College. It's located in Portugal. Bellwell, disconnect, put on GPU and reconnect. What do you mean? This thing here? Jazzy, definitely not trying to learn how to start this airplane from watching this. No, don't do it. Snacks, okay, I have finished train stuff. I'll try to join you. I'll speedrun explain all. Alright, Snacks, you still have the time. You still have the time. And whilst Next does that, we are going to be looking at frequencies. So let's find the frequency for Almaty. It's going to be 116.4. So let's go here on the DME, set 16.4. We do have a reading, 6.2 kilometers. And now I will have to set it here as well. So 16.4. And I want out, and I want 051. I think it's going to be the runway news, 051. So this way we're going to be climbing on this radial. Okay, now set here 051. We're going to have to align the gyros in a while. Not the gyros, sorry, actually the gyros, but not related to the gyros of the artificial horizon, but instead of the directional gyro. Ahatomer chilling, just about to do a small flight. Cool, have a nice flight, man. Where are you going to be flying? Bellowell, it was at the start. Now that you have AP, it's not necessary. Bellowell, if you want to plug the GPU, you have to put GPU first, then connect on, and it will provide power. So I put the GPU here. No, wait. Battery, GPU, and APU connect. Oh, you mean here, and then I power up here, right? I guess so. Alright. Good stuff. What else do we need? We need to check the weather. I'd love to read some ATIS stuff or METAR stuff. So departure, let's see. Wind is 0605 meters per second. So meters per second is literally half of knots. So roughly 10 knots. Good visibility. Scattered 5000. Cumulonimbus broken 1000. Temperature 17. Dew point 10. QNH 1010. No significant change. So far it looks good. We see some forecasts here for some light thunderstorms and rain. And that's about it. Now, GNSS signal might be unreliable. All good. Temporary restricted area activated, radius 12 nautical miles, center in whatever this is. Ground to 5000. Okay, runway 05 left, 23 right closed. Good. We're planning for 05 right, so it's all great. Now let's see on our destination. Wind is 0802 meters per second, so 4 knots roughly. Variable, good visibility, scattered at 3000 with cumulonimbus, temperature 13, QNH 1024. And now the forecast says the wind is going to be more or less the same, broken 3000, cumulonimbus, overcast 1000. So roughly the same, and variable 7, gusting 13, so gusting 26. Visibility 2 kilometers, thunderstorm and rain. Broken 1500 cumulonimbus. This is going to be interesting. Alright, impulse approach lights 25 unserviceable. Sounds good to me. And let's just check a little bit the weather here, even though we already kind of checked it through SimBrief. Possible icing. I was just about to say that probably we would require to switch on some anti-ice. Yeah, man, this Sigmat is... wow. Let's do some infrared satellite. Okay, this is more or less what's been drawn and explained, so I'm happy with how this is. Let me see, weather radar might be not picking up that stuff. Airport forecast alternates. Red, red, red. Red means IFR, that means not very fun. Okay, sounds good to me. So guys, well, let's do a small departure briefing. So what are we going to be doing? We are going to be flying the Tu-134 with this beautiful English cockpit mod from Almaty to, I forgot the name again, Isul Airport. We are right now on gate or on parking position 48. I will be pushing back into the terminal and taxi via the terminal all the way here to taxiway Alpha to runway 05 right. I want to use full length. Now the runway is wet. We might have some funny wind because there's a thunderstorm here, and thunderstorms are unpredictable. But the runway is long enough, 4,700 meters. So not, sorry, correction, 4,400 meters. Not of a problem there. And we're going to be using full power, flaps 10 for departure. The V-speeds are going to be introduced by the virtual crew that are going to tell you basically V1 rotate and so on. And we are going to be maintaining takeoff power until until 3,400 feet. So that's 1,000 feet above. And from there I will start to accelerate to 350 kilometers straight ahead and climbing initially to 10,000 feet via a left turn probably, so we get away from the mountains. Or actually, you know what, stand by. Now I'll just go straight out. Yeah, straight out, and then a right hand turn over to the mountains, and we'll see how quick we can catch up the signal from the other VOR. Now on the outbound we'll follow radial 051 on frequency 116.4, and that's, by the way guys, I'm doing the break time as Crashflyer just said, and that's gonna be it. So regarding of emergencies, let's hope we don't have any. To be honest. Oh, I forgot to say, we probably will require some anti-ice on the engines and on the wings and on the stabilizer. So anti-ice is located right here. I'm going to be paying attention to that. Other than that, emergencies, I'll say like that. The runway is long enough, so if something happens below V1, we could reject. I call reject, throttles to idle, max reverse, manual braking, speed brakes up. When I have to deploy those manually as well, and there is no auto brake here. In case the failure happens after V1, we're going to continue straight ahead, climbing to at least 5,000 feet, or try to climb at least to 5,000 feet, and try to return, because I don't think there's any airport that's close enough to here that has actually good weather, so no takeoff alternate. In terms of weights, I don't think we are overweight, because we are takeoff weight 37, max landing is 43, so not a big of a deal. And because of that, actually because of a very short flight, I already want to look into the approach segment. So let's say we catch the VOR, so we turn over the mountains, we fly over them and we catch the VOR, we fly straight ahead. In case we have visual contact with the lake, I'll start a visual descent on the radial, and then I'll just kind of do a visual circuit via the right hand downwind for runway. What's the runway there? Let me confirm. What's the runway there. I wanted to say to be 05, but I don't think it's 05, it should be something else. Come on. Did it really open that? Okay. Okay. Ah, no, it's actually loading. Never mind. It's loading. I thought it was just... Okay, runway 07. Yep. It's gonna be runway 07 according to the wind. And I hope we can land to vacate on taxiway Bravo. The runway is pretty long. Concrete, 3,800 meters. As you might have noticed, Almaty is actually a pretty high elevation airport, 2,200 feet. And here our arrival is going to be at 5,426. So this is going to be interesting here. Okay. And those are going to be the plan. Approach speeds, we're going to be judging by the angle of attack. So we're going to be looking here. And once we reach 5 to 6, that's the speed that we're going to be maintaining all the way till landing. Alright. Does it sound good to you guys? Let's go. One thing I forgot to do is I want to show a visual guide that Bellowell did for those who want to start, but I'll probably show it into the flight, into the second flight. Right now I prefer to use a smaller checklist. I'm just not sure where I led that checklist and if it's on Avitab. Do I even have Avitab installed? Toggle tablet, let's see. No, I didn't put it there, so give me a moment, please. I'll put it there. Charts, not wait docs. Tupolev, checklist, copy. To explain resources, plugins, avitab, checklists. Here. Good. Done. It should appear now. There we go. Okay, so let's just confirm that everything is set. I like this checklist because it's very, well, it's very, like, simple, and it's the one I want to use. Alright, power up. Loading and fueling is set. Fuel totalizer is set. Rear circuit breakers. Is this it? Are these the circuit breakers? Alright, in that case, they'll need to go all on. Everything is set. Batteries are on. Power from battery is on. Radios. We have the basic radios on. Nav lights are on. Electric hydraulic pump on. Charge emergency brake check off. I guess this one is... No idea where that is. Probably this one. PO500 inverter should be this one. Yes, it's on. Nav lights are on. Oh yeah, transponder code set. Oh, regarding the transponder, this one is going to be interesting. Now, let's see. I want to set 2000. I think this is how I can set it, because right now it's not on mode Charlie. So 2000 and... There we go. It's on now. That's the transponder. Done. Flight recorder and clock, no idea. Navigation is all set. We just need to synchronize the gyros. Spoiler mode is activated. Altimeter set. Nose wheel steering. I think it's too early. AONG meter is on. Cabin signs, we can switch those on because I believe we would have our cabin crew with us. Alright, APU power up, power transfer. Now, in order to do that, let's disconnect GPU and go for the APU. Set. Oh, good. Loading. Let's see if I can power this up as well. Wonderful. Alright, this way I can close and disconnect everything around us. Now let's remove... Actually, I'll close the door first. Remove the chocks. And remove the stairs. And remove the rest of the ground equipment as well. Malteser 2, I guess that's... Yep, Soviet circuit breakers. This feels a lot like the Mi-24 in DCS, if you've ever flown it. Nope, never flown it. Actually, never really flown it. Oh, by the way, we could just start up exactly on the stand and just go taxiing, so... Excellent. Oh, look at that. Wait, that's a Tupolev as well. Snacks, is that you? And looks like I installed the right model, because now this actually looks like a proper plane. Alright. Oh, look at this view, guys. This is exactly what I wanted. I mean, look at this. Soviet jet with this kind of mountain scenery. That looks pretty cool. That was a screenshot right there. Okay, before I forget, beacon lights are going to go on. All the fuel stuff is going to go on. I already switched on everything that's related to the engines. Forgot to power this up. Just check the APU load once again. APU load is good. And let me see here. I believe I can set... Oh, wait, sorry. Got confused there. Okay, power is good. Let me just leave this all on automatic. And... let's start the engines, guys. Snacks A-firm, good. So, what's the red button between the engine in the EFB ground service menu? Stand by. What is the red button between the engine in the EFB ground service menu? Chocks, covers, fuel truck, stairs. What else? Bellowell, don't forget to close the bleed on the overhead before starting the engines. Oh, good thing. Alright, then this one is gonna go off. I'll open the cover. And let's read the rest of the checklist. So fire detection, we checked that. Fuel pumps are on. APU main startup switch is on. APU is all started. Voltmeter check. Power source selector check. Ventilation set. Cockpit temperature set. Before engine start, EGT indicator switches. Indicator switches on. Cover closed. Huh? It's these ones. Okay, never mind. Fuel cutoff switches. Fuel cutoff switches on. Like that. RPM indicators are on. Fuel pumps are all on. Management set. Fuel transfer check automatic. AP ventilation if on, then off. That's correct. Okay. Blocks and covers are all removed. Ground crew already gave us the clearance. Beacon lights is on. APU bleed pressure. I believe the APU bleed pressure should be somewhere here. Vibration bleed air. Yeah, there we go. 35 kilo, that's good. Engine vibration indicators should be on. Fuel cutoff levers are forward. Control lock is off. Start switches, open cover, both on starts. Select left engine. And then start. Push monitor startup once amber light extinguishes. Repeat for right engine. Okay, good. Let's start number 2, guys. EGT indicator switches are the 2 top left on the overhead. 2 top left on the indicators. These ones, they're on. Everything is set correctly. Okay, then let's start number 2. Now it will take a little bit, but it actually starts up. Actually, I don't think I need to press it that much time. Yep, it's powering up. It does take a little bit and then it'll start spooling up. Oh, there you go. See, this needle behavior was not possible in the previous version, so this is now fixed with the mod. Bellowell, thank you so much. Honestly. Let's wait for the engine to be stabilized. And I will have to take my notes because I need to see the fuel stuff, fuel figures, and off-block time because this is basically off-block time. Alright, engine powered up, starting 2, or starting 1 in this case. And I can leave it. So we had 7,600 of kilos off block. Time was 16:56 UTC. And that's it. Wonderful. Snacks ready to go. GPS aligned. Didn't start the NAS one. That'll be for next time, lol. There we go. We have engine number 1 coming along nicely. And let's wait for them to be completely stabilized. Let's see if I can now move the throttles. Yep. They look nice. Very good. This goes to off, off, off. I can close the cover. Engines are all nice. And now let's go and switch everything on. So gens are going to come on. I don't need that. I need this. This. VOR1, VOR1, main. And switch this on. That's automatic. That's switched on. VOR, VOR. Low heat. And we will need to come back here in a bit. This one is going to be on. Now, this one can go to off, on, overhead, on, 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 on. Now, pitot heat, low window heat, Low window heat, pitot heat. Leave this on. Oh, correction. Switched it off by mistake. And flaps 10. This is all fine. That is set. Pressurization on. Rest is auto. Now APU off. Off. Stop. Confirm that's decreasing. It is. And close, close. I think that's it. Now, before we continue, we need to check our latitude, which is going to be roughly 43. 43 it is. Set this to magnetic. Set 43, which is going to be roughly here. Click on the line. You can see the big gyro moving. This one. This way our gyro is going to be correctly aligned. Just hold it there until it stops moving. Hello, Ekaterina. Welcome. Okay. Oh boy, this was really not aligned. Maltese, I love this tech. I have mixed feelings, to be honest. Alright, there we go. You can see there it stopped moving. Oh, did I just break it? No, it's aligned. Good. That's set. That's aligned. Our heading selected now is totally wrong. No, it's not. 051 is set. And let's just prepare the autopilot. So rope pitch. Set this to heading. Engage course. Oh yeah, autopilot prepared. Course is engaged. That's for the heading. And I want like a pitch of that. Alright. Elevator trim is neutral, so that's good. Let's read the rest of the checklist. After engine start, voltmeter is checked. Oh, one thing I forgot to do is disengage this. IT 1500D converter on. That's on. 27 to 15 volts transformer is on. Power source selector neutral. Voltmeter checked. System is good. APU bleed is off. PO 500 inverter is off, APU off, set, overhead CPs are all up, gyro all set, captain and first officer altimeter switch is going to leave that, electric trimmer is on, window heat is low, stabilizer set for takeoff minus 1.5, set, actually I think that's a bit too much, but we'll see, flaps stand set, attitude indicators aligned left to right, both set nicely, just confirm that they are nicely aligned, just make sure that they are completely aligned. Engine bleed valves are set, ventilation set, 115 set, cooling set, navigation switch set, gyro aligned. Autopilot prepared, auto throttle, I don't need that, taxi, transponder mode, Charlie lights, extend and anti-ice. Okay, so let's extend the lights, taxi lights are going to go on. Clear on the left, clear on the right, brakes are released. I feel like Mike has already well departed. He's flying with GPS. You little prick. Okay, let's do a brake check. Brakes are good. And let's roll. Man, I love the way the mountains are appearing. That's really beautiful. Okay, and also, quick note for you guys. When you want to taxi with this airplane, make sure to taxi it not very quickly, because you don't have a ground speed indicator, and it is kind of slippery. If you mess up, and you want to correct it, the airplane relatively quickly, one very easy tip to get it right is just press a brake on one of the sides. So let's say I want to get to the right, I'll just press the brake now. You can see that it kind of turns. I don't know if this is realistic or not, but it can help quite a bit. Alright, we are clear on the right, clear on the left. Let's get going. To runway 05 right. Also, I think I didn't switch to 1228, or did I? I had it. Lovely view. Also, while we are taxiing, just make sure that the flight controls actually move, because you might have forgotten about the control lock or something. But yeah. Next, are you the ATC I sometimes hear when I fly near Moscow? You're not asking me clearly. Cooler, I love this tech in Sims. In real life, I'm happy to be taking an A350 in a week and through. I agree. I totally agree on that. There's snacks behind me. Look at that, screenshot time. Boom. Okay, nobody there, but... Whoa, whoa, whoa. Almaty traffic, Meta 1, lining up, runway 05 right for departure. Wait. That was not on VHF 1. I am on VHF 2 for whatever reason. I think I had this problem. I forgot how to change that. So we'll do a lineup, do a picture, and then I'll figure out the rest of the stuff. We need to complete the before takeoff checklist anyways. Oh man, that weather right ahead doesn't look very good. On the left, Yuki, if you check if the knob is on VHF 1. Yeah, that's it. Thank you. Thank you very much. Alright, now, I'm going to disengage nose wheel steering 55 degrees, because otherwise it will be extremely sensitive. Window heat is going to come too high on all three sides, so don't forget the flight guy, and I think that's it. Put the lights, so there you go. Before takeoff, lights, wing and nose lights high, pitot heat on, nose wheel steering low, clock run. So we'll set takeoff. Takeoff at 17:05 UTC. And the fuel is more or less the same. Almaty traffic, Meta 1 departing runway 05 right, straight ahead. Almaty. Let's go. Just align the heading there. Brakes are released. We've got the takeoffs okay. And if you're watching, don't forget to hit the like button, because this is actually a bit stressful. Oh, I forgot to take the picture. I forgot to take the picture. Let's go. Full power. Alright, there we go. We have 100 on the RPM. Temperatures are looking good. Airspeed is alive. That's what he just said. 150. 170. 190. 210. V1. Rotate. Safe speed. There we go. Positive climb. Gear up. Let's do a flyby. I feel like the sound could be a little bit better. Alright, pitch for the 15 degrees. The gear is up. We're gonna lock it. The hydraulic system's in position. There's 3,200. So power reduction to 92%, roughly. And let's go flaps up. There's 350 kilometers. So I'll just trim the nose a tiny bit. And let's go. Autopilot on. Vertical speed and heading. So you can now confirm that everything is set up correctly. Now we're going to pass through the cone fusion of the VOR, so we're going to maintain by the heading right now. You can see there the VOR rotating. And let's wait. Floppo, have you guys seen the new Junkers general aviation aircraft? They're quite cool. No, I haven't. But that sounds nice. Southampton 220, do you have the Valenta app? I do have, but I stopped using it because I felt like it was draining a little bit of power. So, yeah. I decided to stop using it. Alright, we can see we are right almost on the radial, so I'm going to switch this to VOR DME, set the course, and now we do have the VOR indicator. This way we can follow the track outbound. Visibility has been dropping quite significantly there. And by the way, guys, we are flying on the latest beta. Beta 5, so it is far from perfect, but at least for me, what I've been noticing is the frame rate has been better. And that's what's going to be cool. Alright, I'm going to cheat on this and I'll just see. Looks like the weather has cleared up. So that's great. Let's check then through Sky Vector. Niels, exactly. Niels Christiansen, 4 months of subscriber. Thank you so much. I don't even think he's here. Niels, are you here? I was just thinking about it. Yeah, there you go! Haha, dude. Great to see you here. I mentioned you on the beginning of this live stream when everybody was there, like all the members. And I was like, there was one guy missing and I forgot your name. Niels Christiansen. There you go. Great to see you here. Syncrush Flight 97. Cloud, frame rates are better, but clouds sometimes are... Yeah. I agree. Unfortunately, I'll have to agree on that one. Okay, so... Do you want guys to check a heading, like, and be vectored right here, or you just want to try to fly straight in? Because I think we could fly straight in. There's 10,000 feet, so let's switch the lights off, and let's retract them. We are still 350. More or less clear of clouds. Let's see, I'll switch back to heading mode. Heading mode is engaged. So we're gonna fly straight. And let's actually start a left-hand... No, actually let's start a right-hand turn. We should be above the clouds. Let's do a heading of 190. It's heading 190. And we do have a new crew member, Southampton 220. Dude, thank you so much for joining the crew. It's gonna be so cool. Welcome. Welcome everybody, and thank you for your support. Alright, there's 190. Transition altitude is gonna... It was... correction. Transition altitude was 10,000 feet. So QNH 1013 is set. Actually, you know what? Is it really 10,000? I feel like it is, but I want to confirm. Maybe on the star. 10,000, yeah, right. Okay, yeah, we're gonna get into some clouds here, so let's switch on anti-ice. Let's not joke with X-plane icing system. And I'll need to drop the nose a tiny bit. Alright, I'll keep this heading for a while, and I am gonna tune the next VOR 114.0. So 114.0. Let's see, it looks like we do have a reading. Yeah, we do have a reading, which means we can have a radial, which is great. Great. So this way I can go 114.0. And scroll this to like probably 190 something. I mean, we are... It is still not perfect, but it's somewhere along radial 030. So inbound course is 210. Look at the view ahead of us. Clear of clouds. Oh boy, wait. Pressurization. Picture was going dark. Oh no, I left the checklist. After takeoff, gear, flap, stabilizer, thrust reduction, landing lights, ventilation, and at transition altitude altimeters. I totally forgot to enable the transition, pressurization. Jesus Christ. I hope we get this back. It was kind of dark all of a sudden. Oh, it's looking good, man. Screenshot. Yeah, we still have a bit of precipitation, so I'll leave that on. Can I get some oxygen mask? Oh boy. Southampton. I got so happy I got distracted there. Look at these views, man. This is one of those places I never thought about flying. It looks amazing. And sorry for the WhatsApp notification. I'll silence those. Alright, I guess we had our fair share of being scared. Look at the view, man. It is really a beautiful place. By the way, of course, I'm not flying in real time because it's night time already. It's like 10 p.m. in this area of the world right now. So, but man, it does look cool. And on the retro plane with the retro livery, looks really nice. Oh, jeez, come on. Is it gonna pressurize or not? It should be pressurizing, but doesn't look like so. There's 19,000. Let's actually level at 20 because I don't want to get into those higher clouds. So 20,000 looks good to me. And I'll start dropping the nose very easily. Now, one thing I noticed, guys, is when this airplane is trying to level off, I kind of feel like you have to trim it, even though you might be flying it on autopilot. So if your airplane for some reason is having difficulties maintaining your altitude, just give it a little forward trim usually, and it looks like it's kind of does the job. Alright, let's see the altitude hold for 20,000. You will see here what I'm talking about. Okay, so do we have a steady connection? 220 roughly. 220, let's set 220. Yeah, almost there. And then I'll just intercept nav and we'll get through there. Maltese, I want to fly there, but there are no good sceneries in Microsoft Flight Sim. Well, I guess just for the scenery itself, it's already worth it, so maybe just go for it. Next, I seen your UV index that it's not fully open. Hold and maintain for 30 seconds on the bleed. Haha. Also, where can you see that? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Let's go to VOR. VOR is active, altitude hold. See there, the airplane is kind of climbing. Kind of need to add it a little bit of trim forward, otherwise let's just keep going up. And that's a little bit weird, but you have to do it. Alright, now that we leveled off, let's retard the power to about 80%. And this turbulence does this a little bit. I'm not sure why this happens though. Is it because of a very high speed or what? Because it should be compensated. But it's actually the plane itself, look. It's moving the Virtual pilot, can you imagine I'm on the ground? I actually can because you departed early as hell. Southampton, you can turn off the oxygen setting in X-Plane so you don't have to worry about it. I'll just fly with the oxygen mask. What I don't know how to fix is this yawing moment. I kind of can only fix it with myself inputting rudder. So, see? Now I'm holding rudder and it stopped, but if I let go... Okay, it's fine now. Okay, I fixed it. No, see, it's still moving. It's not me. I don't know why it does that. What if I disengage both yaw dampers? It still does that. No idea, but I think that's when we come to very, very high speeds. Anyways, we are tracking on the VOR. Altitude is good, speed is good. And now I noticed that this airplane tracks everything a little bit to the left. And also we have 52 kilometers, so that's not like a lot. Let's say 50 kilometers. That is... oh jeez. 50... that's 26 nautical miles. So here's my suggestion, guys. I mean, the visibility has been pretty good. I don't see any rain for now. So let's go and do some good old heading select. Turn over to that side there, near the water. We're gonna start descending very slowly. And I'll just take the power out a tiny bit. I think I can switch off the anti-ice. Let's see if I can take the oxygen mask now. And we are going to be doing the visual approach because it looks phenomenal out there. There's the airport, I can see the runway. So it is looking good, and there's definitely still not fine. Alright, because now we're going to be pretty high, we need to check the QNH. QNH should be 10225. Let's set 1025. 1025 is set. Aerodrome elevation right there is 5,400 feet. So 6,400 feet is going to be our circuit altitude. Flaps are going to be full gear configured. After landing, we need to remember to deploy manually the speed brakes and get there. Alright, just do a slightly more steep descent. Man, it's looking quite beautiful. I mean, apart from some clouds, but mostly it's looking pretty amazing. Power to idle. Drop the nose even more. Let's do a right-hand turn. I could set up the ILS, but I feel like we don't even need it. I can just go straight for it. I know that we are a bit high though. But for some reason I do not have the ability to deploy the speed brakes in flight. Yeah, look at this. I think I gave it a bit too much heading there. Like that, beautiful. Birchapod, I did a visual approach there, the weather is great, good. Hope one day I'll learn the Tupolev 134 to not to fly in the A320 while we'll be flying the old boys. Sounds good to me. That'll be a very fun flight, I think. Holy cow, this looks cool. This actually looks really cool. It looks really nice. And this is a lake, guys. It is a lake at 5,500 feet. Amazing. Okay, I will need to deploy some stuff, otherwise we'll not be descending in time. So let's level off a little bit. We are 5,000 above the field. Almost, no, 7,000 above the field. I'll just get my vertical speed down. Let the speed drop. And I'll actually... let's just wait for the speed to decrease. I'll deploy the lights as well. Can we see Mike there? No, I don't see Mike there. Mike, did you disconnect? No. Wait. But he should be there. Maybe that's just too far for us to... Oh, no, wait, he's in the water. What? Mike, what are you doing in the water? Man, what a beautiful time. Beautiful. Look at these colors. Wow. Clouds look a bit crap, but look at that. Wow. Okay. Descent, pressure, fine. Descent, hydraulic pressure. I'll just click there to recharge. Minimums. Solve visual landing pressure, set, transition altitude set 10,000 below 450, yep, set, and below 400 flaps 10. Speed is checked, flaps 10, oh, it will require me the gear. Yeah, this checklist for this plane requires you to put the gear down before or with the flaps, and that's a little bit annoying. So let's go lights on. Anti-ice is all set. Let's go gear down. Flaps 10. Drop the nose a bit. Slightly right turn. Gear is down. 3 green. I'm gonna lock the gear in place. Now that we do have some friction, beautiful. Let's go flaps 20, keep the turn. Don't want to get into this cloud. If we're going visual, we're going visual. Oh, never mind, actually drop the nose. Keep the turn. Let's go flaps full. Flaps is set. Landing checklist. There's no landing checklist. Alright then. Well, in that case, autopilot off. Let's hand fly it. They're still a bit high, but we have speed and altitude to lose. We can now see that our angle of attack is roughly above 4, and our speed is like 270. So our landing speed is not going to be very far from this. Now add a bit of power here. Make sure we don't do anything wrong. That's the runway. The runway actually starts right here, so you may be confused by the bright lines, but that's actually the taxiway. Alright, airplane is trimmed. Man, I do love how this flies. It is really, really nice to fly. Really nice to hand fly. And I feel like we're a bit high now. Let's correct that. Power to idle, drop the nose a bit. I got distracted there with the screenshots. We'll get there in a minute. So we want 260 on our approach speed. Four whites now. Some terrain warnings. There's one red. There's two reds. Add a bit of power to stabilize the airplane. 500 feet above field elevation. We are stabilized. Trim it. Look at that. There's 260 and there's 5 degrees angle of attack. Just like we wanted. Now a bit low. Let's correct that. There we go, back onto profile. 60. 50 meters. Don't forget it. 40. 30. 20. 15. 10. 7. 5, 4, 3, 2. Speed brakes up. Reverses are locked. And they are green. Get into the center line. Slow braking. 190. 170. 150. Reverses out. Alright, steering is on. Steering to 55. Whoa, 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 what the hell was that? Guess that was in the turn. Speed brakes out. Brake enough. Turn. There we go. Let it roll out. Flaps up. Lights to taxi. Window heat to off now. Pitot heat to off. Need to do all 3 sides and start the APU. Well, that's the first flight done, guys. We need one more. We need one more. Last flight. There's the 320. Have Mike that went for a swim. Okay, pitot heat off, window heat off, and window heat off. Are we straight? We are. APU cover on. Wait for the green light.
Good traffic, user 208 inbound, ILS runway.
Start. There we go. Oh, I forgot to communicate completely. Snacks is coming on a U-tear. Very nice. Yeah, that was soft. Niels, thank you so much. Crash Flight another sound. Please post it on the Discord. Need you new wallpaper. I'll post those. Remind me in case I forget. Ahatomer, nicely done. Came back just in time. I was departing. You can see the screenshot in your Discord. Awesome. Very good. And Virtual Pilot, sorry. Well, you don't have to forget I am a swimmer. It's a VATSIM bug, actually. Okay. Cooler. Vlad sees a downed aircraft. Hey, what are you doing down there? Let's park near Mike. Switch one of the lights off. Now this taxi line is a little bit bugged. Lights are both off. Brakes is set. Next is on the ILS. Let's go bleed on the APU. This one is going to go on. And this one is going to go on as well. Now, before we just switch off the engines, we actually, please, Snacks, make a like a 2 kilometers out. please call for me so I can see you landing. Let me just switch some of the systems off. And let me see. Off, off, off. I'll leave that APU on. Actually, wait. I'll just shut off the engines first. And set beacon light off. That is all off, off, off. Off, off, off. Done. Now here seatbelt sign is going to go off. And bleed air on. That's going to go off. It's going to go off. Switch off the transponder as well. Woo! Alright. Let me see if I can see Snacks somewhere. He's on the approach. Oh, there he is. Oh boy, these clouds. Look at these lovely clouds. What is this? Tetrahedral. Where can I get the English cockpit mod? It's on the forums already. It's out there. You can go and download and enjoy yourself this excellent mod. Okay. 5 kilometers to land. Good. Now I'll use Soviet. I'll use Soviet equipment on this one. 5 kilometers. That should be like 2 miles to go. So I want to take a picture like. I'd love to do it like this. There he goes. I mean, the clouds are absolutely crap, but oh god. Cones, people, cleaning van. Yeah, like that, like that, like that. Screenshot. And lovely. Man, I do like the view. Alright, here we go. Here's the landing. Snacks. Come on, crease that plane. Nice, well done. Well done. Welcome. Niels Christensen, looks like it's a fairly deep aircraft systems-wise. It looks like so. I mean, I think so. Look at those mountains, guys. This here is an amazing place. Look at this view. I mean, I'd love to visit this place one day in the future, in real life. Look at that scenery out there. Wait, let me do a cinematic shot for you. Like that. Boom. This looks pretty cool. Beta Cloud's doing Beta Cloud job. Oh yeah, true. That's true. Man, look at that view. That's just amazingly beautiful. And I will take a screenshot when Snacks is right in the middle as well. Mike, you are flying on an A320. It is unacceptable to be flying an A320 on this flight. At least the 720 or the 737. If you would take the 737, I could accept that. 737 is a lot closer to to the 211 than whatever. Okay, well, Snacks taxis up close to us. Let's prepare the next flight. So we're going to be departing from Isul airport, from out of this beautiful lake, and we're going to be flying all the way here to Osh. And that means I can close Almaty charts. And I can open Osh, but first I need to find it. Here it is. So let's open aerodrome chart.
secret traffic, Tu-134 runway 05 vacated. Taxi to line.
Nice. Virtual pilot, I'll learn the Tupolev 154 and make all your approaches nervous. Funny, funny. Okay, let's open this one as well. Initial approach chart. Let's see, what do we have for here in terms of stars? So arrivals. This feels like... What's the difference? Oh, these ones are conventional, right? This one is for the NDB. This is for the VOR. I mean, we could do for the NDB. Let's open this one and then the initial approach chart. What's the code? Uniform Tango. I feel like this one is wrong. Uniform Charlie Foxtrot Oscar. Let's see. Wind is low. 4 knots. Variable good visibility. Thunderstorms in the vicinity. Scattered 5,000. Cumulonimbus. Temperature 20. QNH 1017. Sounds good to me. Let's edit our flight because we need to submit a new flight plan. And I will be Metal 2. So change that. That's fine. And let's do like that. Yeah, our nav is beautiful, right? Our nav is beautiful. I'll do... What was the VOR there? I Lima Kilo. I want... Shit. I want this. Here. Analyze route. Payload. Where's the payload? Payload's auto. Extra fuel, let's just extra fuel or weather fuel like 500. No, 700. Generate the flight. Yeah, look at that, man. What a screenshot. What a screenshot, man. That is a proper model of the airplane. I like the engines. The engines are really well modeled. Beautiful. Okay. Let's see. 26,000. Block fuel 6.5. Let's do 7. I prefer to do 7. Payload is going to be 6.1. Takeoff weight 42.3. Alright, let's load up the plane then. So, let's do 7 here. And 43, no wait, what? Sorry. Estimated takeoff weight 42.3. Like that, so 5 tons. That's not too much. Let's load up the plane a little bit more, like that. Let's do 8 tons. Full plane. Let's go. Oh, there we you see it there. Very nice. Wait, I need to take screenshot. I feel like I'm the one who's parked way forward than I should. Kind of messing up the screenshot. Yeah, I mean, no, look, it ends up here. I'm fine. Anyway, screenshot. Let's get into the plane. So we're going to be departing that direction there from where we landed. Then I'll do a heading, a 180-degree heading back to intercept the radial. And the radial is going to be 234 outbound, 234. 234 or 232? 232, sorry. 232. That's done. 14.0 set. Fuel is set. Now, because we have 7 on board, we need to set the totalizers to 3.5 on both sides. Set. Seatbelt signs are gonna go on. Speaking of that, let's just check if the cabin illumination works. Should be. There we go. That looks pretty cool. You have to admit, that looks pretty cool. And with that view, with those mountains and that sunset, right? Very cool. Next, click on the black button above the ADI. If you want to use that, instead you have a scenery. You don't have anything here for me, lol. I wonder how you taxi there. Oh, rape. But speed indicator. Whoa! I had no idea. Wow. I had no idea. This is really cool. Holy cow, thank you. I didn't know that. Alright, we have completed everything. Mike is gonna go off. So, let's try to catch him up as well. And we are right now running on APU. Still. Let's go beacon light on. Let's close everything. Ground tech. So, remove the stairs, remove the chocks, close the door. Next, it will properly load the plane with the tanks in the correct order. Okay, so let me see. But what if it's already done? Like right now. Let me try and set it. Just hold it. I want 7,000. Okay, this is good. So loading. Oh yeah, we have to set the loading. How much did I add? It was like 8 tons, right? But we don't have the CG here. Oh no, never mind. We do have range 21 to 38. Right now we are at 31. So payload 3 tons there. Let's do front. Full on the front. 34, 35. That sounds good. Do we have a cargo? Oh, wait. That's baggage compartment. Sorry. Wait, okay. Let's fill this up with passengers. And now I'll just remove a bit of the rear compartment. I wanted 8 tons of cargo. 43 takeoff weight. Sounds good. What was the limit? What was the limit? So, takeoff weight limit 49, landing weight is 43. Okay, so we are 800 above max, and I want 8. Awesome. So I just click load, and that's it, right? Yep, loading complete. Good, very good. Awesome, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Let's align the trim back to neutral, or 1.5 up. That's set. Doors are all closed. Call the better pushback, so I can remove the oxygen mask. Better pushback, start pushback.
Hey, Captain, let me know where you want this thing.
Mike's doing his dirty.
Great news, Captain. Your tow's coming.
Alright, tow's coming. Good. Let's confirm now that everything is set. This is all set. APU is on. We do have bleed. I can switch this off now. That thing is on. That thing is on. That's all correct. We have the power transfer, steering is fine, that's on. Whoops, wrong button. And just confirm here with the APU. APU is all good. Wonderful. Yeah, all good. Let's all check before engine start. AGT indicator switches on, cutoff switches. Yeah, we need to put these forward. RPM indicator switch on, fuel pumps on. Actually, no. Wait, I forgot to switch on the fuel pumps.
All right.
That's what checklists are
Doors and
for.
hatches are closed. We're ready to connect.
Fuel transfer, APU ventilation. Oh, and I forgot to pre-file the flight plan. Thanks. Now I'll have to go for dinner. Flight safety was a nice flying game with you. Thank you very much for joining, man.
Is equal to
We got that winching
Kazakhstan
strap in the deck hooked up. Go ahead and let go of the
7.1
parking brake when you're ready for a push.
26,000. Yes, it will be. File the flight plan. Flight plan done. Good. Alright, AP ventilation. That's all done. Next page. Engine start, covers, beacon, pressure, vibration indicators, cut-off levers, control lock, starter switches. Okay. So start. Close the door. Brakes are released. 7 tons on board. 1749 off block. 1750.
Here comes the pushback. Line them up.
Also prepare the autopilot. I'll actually wait. Okay, let's start. Starting tube. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Man, what a beautiful view. I must admit I'm really impressed by the view. There goes the engine. Very, very nice. Wait until it's fully stabilized. It looks like it is right now. And starting the other one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There goes the other one. I could probably power up engine generator 4 and 3 already and start powering up some of this stuff. This way we would get this thing going quicker. Lights are extended, that's all done. Yeah, a bit of load, but that's fine. There goes the engine, and engine is stabilized. Start switch off, off.
Just about
off.
done here. Go ahead and set your parking brake.
Brakes is set, clear to disconnect.
And we're disconnecting the tow.
Let's go Gen
Give me
2
just
on
a
1, IPU off. That's all done. Window heat to low. Pitot heat low, low. Pitot heat. That's done, done. Disconnect the hand signal. And I can switch off the APU now. Actually, before that, this is gonna go on. This is gonna go on. This is gonna go off. Ah, one thing I forgot to do is this one off. And now bleed.
And we're disconnected.
Off.
Signal and pin on the
Stop.
left. Take it easy and have a safe flight.
And off, off. Alright, good. There goes the guy. Lights to taxi. Flaps 10, trim set. After engine start, voltmeter generators, we do have to power some of the stuff on there. Hand signals received. It's gonna go on, it's gonna go to on. Wonderful, wonderful. Oh look, there's Mike departing. Okay, that was powered up, so everything now is set. We just need to resync the gyro. So we are at 42, let's do 42. 42. Align. Aligned. Done. Set, voltmeter set, bleed off, APU, set, stabilizer flap, set, done. Done. Transponder lights, anti-ice. Transponder on. Just prep here the... Heading 051 for us. And the radial is 051, no, 070. Brakes released, let's go. Brake checked. Steering is on. So, quick departure briefing. Straight ahead. What the hell? What? I think he got way too excited. Dude, what? Sorry, I'm having a meltdown. Incredible things are happening in Russia. This is not Russia, this is Kyrgyzstan. Oh, it's the new guy, he doesn't do the rules. I'm crying. Oh shit. Okay. I'm gonna need some air. Oh wait. Please. I need some air. Okay. Dude. No, he's going for it. Oh my god. Oh, Jesus Christ. That was funny. Ah, God. That was actually funny. Alright. Isul traffic, metal 2, lining up runway 07 for departure to the west. Isul traffic. Holy cow, that was actually funny. I am crying, no jokes. I have literally a tear on my face. Alright, we do need to do some backtrack. Is that a boat again? No, that's a VOR station. Let's go and switch on the landing lights this way. We do have a little bit of better visibility. But clear on the left, clear on the right. Let's get going. Beautiful places. By the way, all of these flights were suggested by Mike, so I feel right to say thank you, Mike, for suggesting me these flights, because they are really being awesome. Let's add a bit of power to this backtrack quickly. Until airspeed alive. Cooler, contact ground and ready for tugboat and start. Yeah, man. Holy cow. Ah. Oh god, that was amazing. Did you make a screenshot? I did! I took like 20 screenshots. Oh man, that was really cool. That was actually really cool. That was actually legit cool. Okay, everything is set before takeoff. We just need this one to high. That one to high. Whoa, brake. And the last one to high as well. Other than that, we are absolutely ready. Are you guys ready for departure? Cabin crew, seats for landing, for departure, Jesus. Isul traffic metal 2 departing runway 07. Isul traffic. Let's go. Power is stable. Full power. Forgot to disengage the 55 degrees steering wheel, steering. Thrust is set. Airspeed is alive. $150, $170, $190, $210, V1, rotate, safe speed, positive climb, Europe. Pitch for 15. Lovely. Alright, gears up. Doors are locked. A bit of a right heading here. Trim the airplane. It's a bit nose heavy, probably because we are quite heavy. I mean, a full aft trim right now. 6.5 flaps up. Oh, there goes the visibility, I guess. I don't know what the hell was that. Let's go right hand turn. Let's go 240. I'll go lights off already and retract. And power reduction. Autopilot. Heading engaged. Vertical speed set. Away we go. What a lovely view. Why it still gives me the handheld camera. Now before we forget, pressurization, hold it for 13 seconds. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, that's good enough. Drop the vertical speed a bit. There's the heading. Course is set to 232. Frequency 114. 114. Done. Wonderful. Past 10,000 feet. On 013 is set. Ah, there's the guy. Oh god. That was too funny. I was literally crying there. No jokes. I was literally crying there. And I'm loving the mountains. I'm really loving the mountains. Okay, 10,000 feet, power is good. 92% please. Like that. I think we can push a bit for the vertical speed. I'll neutralize the trim for the autopilot to work properly. And we are away. We are away. Very, very good. All instruments are checking. I mean, they're all working. The VOR here, though, is... Ah, wait. VOR 1, VOR... Let's do VOR 2, and set OSH VOR. $112.4. Done, and... Gonna wait for it. Nice climb out. There's 13,000. Okay, now, while we have time, let's close these cyclical charts. We don't need those. OSH. Regarding OSH, let's check the weather. If there's anything new. 0602 meters per second, good visibility, view at 5,000, cumulonimbus 181017. Sounds good to me. These are the arrival points. Now, what I would do is I'd fly straight to the VOR, which is slightly not according to procedures, but it would make things a lot easier. And for runway 06, I mean, it's the only runway really available, we can have the ILS for runway 12. And this would put us beautifully. So we can fly either from the NDB, which is at 600, fly outbound 228 to this point here, and then set up for a heading of 166 to intercept, and then intercept the ILS and do it. Yeah, I mean, let's do this maybe. I think I never did an NDB approach. Not an NDB approach, but I never used an NDB on the live stream. For navigation, so let's adjust our outbound. It will be 236. 236 is set. Still not there. I feel like VOR 2 is still not catched up. Whoa, look at the view. Look at that. Holy. Look at that. Are you serious? Wait, the best view is probably from the navigator. It doesn't make sense. It should be quite louder in this area, but the view is wow. Virtual pilot. I'll make I'll make a circling for runway 30. They have a chart for circling. Okay. I mean, if it works, fine, but the circling, you'll have a tailwind for the circling. Come on, I want some sun on the airplane to take a screenshot here. Yes, a bit more? A bit more sun, please? No, come on. Alright, screenshot. And come on, screenshot. That's good enough. What a lovely view. What an absolutely lovely view. Alright, let's fly heading to 7 for interception. 270 like that. And then we'll follow the outbound. Because I feel like I've turned a bit wrong. Incredible places. Absolutely incredible places. Pressurization seems to be working, so that's good. 42 kilometers outbound. And we wanted 22, so we have almost 2,000 feet to go. Which is not that much, to be honest. Churchella, well, the wind is light and steady. 15 minutes ago it was running 30. Let me see. I mean, we could do another visual, I don't mind. I absolutely do not mind. But I don't have any chart for the visual approach. I have the VFR chart, that's like the normal area, SIDs. Oh, there we go. Okay, never mind, I found it. I found it. Oh, this one is interesting. Let's see. There is 21. Let's level off and analyze the situation. We should have enough time for that. And looks like we're catching with some VOR. Slowly drop the nose. I feel like the instrument is either old or something, but vertical speed seems pretty stable. But look at the numbers. There's 22. Altitude hold engaged. Just a tiny bit of trim. Everything seems to be working. There is the radial coming in. So we'll be switching to nav in a moment. And we need some power reduction. Now that the speed is going up, set it to 80. Like that. Very good. I'm not going to disengage the passenger seatbelt sign because the flight is pretty short. So let's see. Let's open this one. That's a waypoint. That's an NDB. And how can we get to this arc right here? What does this mean? Where's the note? Let me just set this to course. VOR, so it will start intercepting. Man, beautiful. Like almost from a postcard. That's beautiful. Alright, speed is good, everything is good. So we can fly from the NDB outbound 205 to this here. Where is the note? The radius of visual maneuvering area is max. Indicated airspeed for aircraft categories as follows. Charlie, 335. Okay. 4,100 on this point here, and then a right-hand turn at 301. Where's missed approach? Climb on track 301 to 3,600 and right on track 121, climbing to 4,900 and proceed by ATC instructions. Guys, should we do this? Do you guys want to try and do the visual? I mean, 1 meter per second, the wind. Clouds at 5,000. We need to complete that turn there. That's the problem, though. You see that the elevation. Where's the elevation? Field elevation is so roughly 3,000, almost 3,000 feet, 2,938. I'm not sure you guys can see it, but 2,938. We have to complete this turn right here at 4,100. We do have clouds at 5. So this segment right here should be all done visually. I'm not so sure. Also, why our speed is going down. Adjusted the power there. And look at our altitude. This is what I don't like on this plane, and I'm kind of not really understanding, is how the hell do you maintain the correct altitude? It should be recovering now, but it's weird because the flight directors work. It's just that the autopilot sometimes is a little bit funky. Few clouds. Well, all right. Let's try it. You know what? Let's try it. Let's try it. Where's the NDB here? NDB, is this it? Probably not. Maybe this one? No. Snacks, are you here? Where do we set up the NDB, or the ADF in this case? No. Should be somewhere there. Because we have NDB 1 and 2, right? Or ADF 2. Yeah, ARC 1, ARC 2. Let me see. ADF 2. And I would imagine that this is the second one. No. It is probably in some very, very basic place that I don't see. Oh, ARC 1? Where is ARC 2 then? Okay, and how do I set the frequency? Why is this so complicated? Oh, okay. So let's try 6. It's 600. So is this it? I'll set 600 here and on this one just for the sake of it. And now let me try. Oh, it should point somewhere along there. Look at this scenery. Okay. I'm not so sure that arrow is actually pointing to anywhere. This one is definitely on the VOR. This one, though, is just wandering. Maltese, it's there. Oh, because I didn't switch it on. Good. Channel 1. I mean, the frequency is right. It's 600. Delta Alpha. Not hearing anything. Alright, back to flight level 220. Or maybe it's just not within range yet. One, two. Okay, let's try the VOR then. Let's go. VOR. VOR2, and I have VOR2 set on 112.4. So it looks like we are already catching VOR2. Yep, the VOR2 is nice and alive. That's wonderful. Let me just... Out of precaution, I feel like the airplane is not giving enough power, but that might be because it's heavy. And also I feel like we have a very low flight level. We could have gone higher than 22. Or maybe that's because I forgot the right flight level. It was 26, so that was my mistake. Let's do off, off, off. Let's go 92 climb power. And do it like this. Okay, because we have the next VOR, just for reference, I want to put it onto the DME, so let's do 112.4 here. And we have 241 kilometers. That is 240, that is 129 miles away. Sounds good to me. Synchronous Flight Number 7, he's pointing on the boot? What do you mean? I'd love to get on the second NEB, but it doesn't seem to be working. Unfortunately. You know what, I'll go higher. I'll go to 28. I think we can go higher. Let's go to 28. Or maybe at 28 we'll get into these clouds, not so sure. Absolutely phenomenal view with the mountains. Yeah, Sorry guys, I don't know how to use the NDB on this one. Or the ADF, should I say. Let's see if we don't need any alignments of gyro. We are almost at 41. So let's do this, let's do that. Align. Done. Done. Sync the heading as well. Past 26, let's go to 28. Man, at least the frame rate seems to be better on this new beta, but yeah, they completely broke the clouds. Like, absolutely. And we already burnt almost 2 tons of fuel. More or less. Trim is good, let the airplane accelerate a tiny bit. But I found the English flight manual for the 132 on the CIA website. Yep, that's out there in public. That's out there. Okay, you know what we're gonna be doing? We're gonna be doing the following. We're gonna initially track inbound to the VOR. And then I'll remove this airway right here. This is 22 nautical miles. So at like maybe close to 40 miles out, I'll try to intercept the inbound course of 197 for the VOR. This way we're going to pass over the NDB without actually needing to use the NDB. So let's do heading. Heading mode is on. Let's switch to 112.4. Set. Now this should be a little bit off, but not by much. Let's see, direct, that would be roughly 3 to something. Yeah, like that. That looks good to me. Now I can go to nav, VOR. We'll do a little bit of hunting, but it will get there. Also, we've increased the speed enough. I feel like I can drop it soon to about 80 something %, like that. And I'll let it go. 197 kilometers. This way we're flying straight to the VOR. And then I'll do just a heading intercept for that. And I'll show you a way how to do it. I'll show you a way. It's very interesting. I'm going to actually take a picture here. And like that. Screenshot. And let's open Paint. And I'll show you this, how to do this. So let's imagine that we are right now flying on an inbound course of 240. It's almost 240, right? 225 says here. It's tracking probably because of the wind. It's doing that compensation. So let's say you want, what was the inbound course that we wanted? 197. Let's imagine 200. So 200 is roughly this here, right? 200. And you want to be at 20 nautical miles. So why did I say 40? Because let's imagine that this is the station here. Your airplane is located right here, flying to the station, and you are 40 miles away. Now, you want to be here at 20 miles away. Okay? So a very easy trick to find the heading is you just imagine you want to fly this way here. And now, whatever you draw here, you just transpose that to here. And this is the heading that you will need to fly. So, roughly flying 290 from 40 miles will get us to intercept this radial at 20 miles. Of course, this will have to be adjusted with wind and so on, but more or less, it works this way. So let's try to see if it works actually. So 40 miles is 7408 kilometers. So let's look for 75 kilometers outbound, 75 or 76, maybe even better, so we can have a little bit of turn anticipation. We're going to be flying a heading of 290, and this should put us behind 20 miles. By the way, 20 miles, let me convert that to kilometers. Or wait, was it 20 miles or 22 miles? 22 miles, sorry. Let's do 22 miles. That's 40 kilometers. So, we want to be before 40 kilometers. And we need to start the turn. Let's do 80 to make things easier. 80. At... This is like 285. Let's do 285. So, at 80 kilometers outbound, we do a heading of 285 to be at 40. Sounds good to you? Did you guys understand this? I'll leave the paint open so this way we can actually follow it. And there is still the altitude variations, I have no idea why. Absolutely beautiful scenery out here. Absolutely amazing. Oh, why is the turn indicator not on? Yeah. Flightline explain. How to disable the gear horn. Just landed and the Tupolev is screaming at me. Congratulations for landing. To be honest, no idea. The gear horn. That's a good question. Maybe Snacks knows. Snacks should have known that. But yeah, the gear horn can be quite annoying. That's true. That is absolutely true. Below flatline expand owner found a way to shut it. If you lower the flaps before the landing gear, the horn can get stuck. That's probably the problem. But maybe Snacks knows a way. Snacks is the teacher here. Alright, let's see, where's Mike? Mike should be quite ahead of us. And indeed he is. And he's doing something that doesn't look like a visual approach, at least from what I've checked on the charts, unless he's doing some auto circling. No, that should be it. Ah, maybe he's doing this one from Corsa. Makes sense. Because he has the bloody GPS. Yeah, alright. We'll do from the NDB. Outbound 205. And that's it. Which in this case would be... Ah, wait. This is not for the VOR. Oh no. Well, that's a problem. Well, nonetheless, we're going to fly over that, and I'll just maintain a heading of 205 adjusted for the wind. The wind is not very strong. A few knots, and at the speed that we're going, should be not a big of a deal. 119 kilometers to go. Almost there. And also, we should probably start descending at this time, because if we want to do that turn there, 4,100. Let's just say 4,000 to make it easier. This should be like maximum. It's probably like 3 miles out of the field. So we are at 28. 28 minus 4 is 18. 18 times 3 is gonna be 54. 54, I'll add 10 for the speed of this airplane. So 54, 64, 64 miles out, we should start descending, which means we should start descending now. Let's do it. I'll power back down. By the way, view looks absolutely stunning. And actually, basically almost no clouds. So that's great. And again, we're looking at 80 kilometers to do the heading of 085. So let's do 085 already. Like that. Done. Don't descend too much too early. Power to idle. Down we go. Let's see, do we have a descent here? Hydraulic pressure. Let's just recharge it. Descent initiated minimums. Now, our minimum is going to be 4,100. We have to be stabilized by that area. Landing pressure is not set yet. Transition altitude altimeters 10,000, below 450, below 400 flaps 10. And below 350 landing lights, and so on. So on. Sounds good to me. One 1017. That's gonna be it. Transition level is 070. Yep, 070. So looking good. That's the cloud shadow. Actually, doesn't look bad if it wasn't like moving. That'd be pretty good. Okay, 83 kilometers. We almost got there. I'll switch it to heading. It will maintain the direction. And let's go. Hit it with the heading mode. Flightline XP, yeah, on the landing gear indicator, the left light is on. Yeah, this one. No idea how to silence it, sorry man. Okay, and now, what was the outbound for the thing 197? Let's set 197 on the VOR. That's set. 197, and we'll be monitoring this one now. Let me see, can I set VOR to on NDB2? Oh, this looks more believable. Did we actually catch it now? Because this one looks believable now. I'll leave it there. But I'll see if we can actually still get it right. Although it should be pointing somewhere along here. But we'll see. There is that river that we're looking. And Osh is going to be straight there. Sounds fine. And we'll be monitoring as well here the needle. 65 out, so we want 40. And at close to 40, this needle should start moving. I'd love to get more than 40. Like 42 would be the best, because 40 is exactly over the NDB. I'd like to get it just so slightly before. So we actually overfly the NDB and then do a nice and clean outbound track for 205. So basically put the back of the needle at 205 on the NDB. Let's see, what is our 41? That's fine on the gyro then. $61, I see the needle moving. Alright, I guess we got it slightly earlier. Which is actually fine, so NDB is available now. Good. Good stuff. Let's do 27 for a little bit to intercept. And now I'll just switch to the VOR again, it will track. And there we go. Back to the VOR, we're gonna be tracking 197. Like that. Good stuff. Very good stuff. 57 kilometers, so we are before that. We are already aligned with the NDB. So that's good, and the outbound will be 205 heading set. Southampton 220, is the Tu-134 able to navigate via nav or just NDB to and VOR? No, it has like a bunch of different GPSs, most of which I don't know how to use, but you can have a normal Garmin GNS 430 that's usually right here. You need to power it up, and you'll have a switch right here that is not available right here because this is, like I said, today we will fly absolutely old school. But you can do that. You can fly RNAV flights with it, although it's a little bit more complicated, but it's possible. And you have to switch this one to RSBN. This way it will follow the GPS. Mike, how was the approach? Did it went well? The approach was okay. You don't seem too confident. 1017 on the QNH. Let's pre-select that 1017 already. Southampton 220 sounds good. How do I get the GPS in the cockpit? So different liveries have a small ini file. Basically, those are like configuration files that allow you to customize all this stuff, like the colorful horizontal artificial horizon, the different weather radar, different GPS units, all that stuff. And it's a matter of putting a 1 and a 0, but yeah, that's how you can do it. Okay, almost. We passed 40, so the NDB should have switched, and it did, so it just now passed the NDB. Let's go heading mode. Keep the descent. I feel like we are bloody fast and high. So 205 set, the needle should be at 205, so we need to go a little bit more to the right, because the needle is not there at 205 like that. And I'd love to see the airport as well, not being able to do that yet. I feel like we need to slow down a bit to configure the plane. Let's put the lights out. Cabin crew prepare for landing. I'd love really to see the field. Field should be at our left. 10 miles is going to be 18 kilometers, so... I don't see it. Oh, there he is. Okay, got it. Then we're looking good. We're looking just a tiny bit high, but overall good. Let's go gear down. Flaps 10. Lower the nose. Gear down and locked. Lock the gear in position. Get ourselves on a steady descent. Let's not get faster than 400 kilometers per hour. Start the left-hand turn. .301, opposite would be 121. No, that's a bit fast. Come on, vertical speed. He's not pushing the plane. One, 2, 1 or 1, 2, 0 is set now. Yeah, look at that. I'm pulling all the way up on the vertical speed. Do you see there the vertical, the flight director? And it doesn't want to pull it. Why is that? Okay, well in that case it's autopilot off. I guess that was the trim. So I'll just take manual control from here. Heading is 120. We are 1,000 above our minimums. The runway is right there, so looking good to me. Let's start to turn. Trim it properly. Ah, look at that colors. Look at those colors. Okay, don't drop the nose. Let's fly the airplane. Flaps 20. Add a bit of power. I guess it is heavy like hell now, because I really am trimming it. Flaps full. Alright, there's 4,100 and we are stabilized. Lights are on, gear is down, flaps are set to full. Let's keep the turn, let's keep the speed up. Felt like I went a little bit away from the field, a bit too much away. I'm gonna keep 4,100 until we get established on the line with the runway. And let's set a heading of 30. Like that. Okay, speed is good, airplane is trimmed. I feel like I'm full aft trim. Probably, yep. Yep, full aft trim. So even with the CG aft, it doesn't want to go. And I was expecting this. It would be flying into the sun. It would be a total mess. Okay, I can see the runway now. OSH traffic Metal 2 is on final running 30 on a visual circuit. OSH traffic. Okay, slow down. We're not too bad. Not too bad. Angle of attack looks good at 40, 300 knots, correction, 300 kilometers. Probably will be 280, our approach speed. Feel a tad high. Just a tad high. Speed is good, and I saw something. Southampton just donated 5 sponsorship. Thanks to you so much, dude. Wow. Alright, there we go. 2 whites, 2 reds. Don't drop below on red. 50. 40. Oh, that was a proper Soviet approach. 10, 15, 10, 7, 3. I just let it drop, because otherwise we would have to go around. Reverser is locked, full green, and speed brakes. Manual braking. I just let it drop. You had to. I had to. Otherwise it'd be a go around. Dude, Southampton, thank you so much for that. And reverses out. Nose wheel steering. Vacate the runway. Yeah, that was a hard landing. I'd take that. It floated a bit too much for my liking, so I just let it drop. We can see the replay. We can see the replay. Okay, speed brakes are up. Flaps are retracted. Landing lights off. Pitot heat off. Window heat off. Window heat off. And APU start. The bloody cover always gets me. Okay. Oh, look at that mountain there. Beautiful. Start the APU. That wasn't perfect, but wasn't terrible. So I take that. I just felt like it was way too nose heavy, and then started floating a bit too much for my liking. So, in those cases, what do? You have to put the airplane on the ground, and you do so. And yeah, thank you so much, Southampton. That's really amazing. Alright, let's park up. I want to park up on one of the open gates. I'll disengage one of the taxi lights. Let's park on that one. Got some cones there. Taxi light off. Okay. Turn inbound. I feel like this is for smaller airplanes, but I kind of feel like this kind of parking is slightly more... is cooler for this airplane. I don't know. Nah, it fits here. Let's stop here. Brakes is set, lights are off. We should have our APU available. It is. Let's put the bleed on. Bloody cover. APU on, this goes off, this goes off. And now let's go. Off, 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 off. Off, off. Off, off, off. I need this, but I can disengage that. And can disengage that. Galley power off, 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 off. APU on. APU is getting power. Now this is gonna go off. Let's see. If it doesn't overload it, no it doesn't. Good. Engine shutdown. Oh, I like the sound. Okay, let's see. AP is not overloaded. Nope, it's not. So I can go beacon light off and seatbelt signs off. Woo! Okay, we did it. Now, I want to take a picture, a screenshot, and after this, we're gonna watch the replay. So I just want to take a screenshot. So stairs, chocks. Some of the ground stuff like the people cones, cleaning van, that's done. Very good stuff. And I just want to take a picture like this with all the planes behind me. Done. We made it. We made it. Holy cow. Alright, let's watch the replay. So, probably I need to close the doors just to make sure that that doesn't float with us. Still have the APU on, so I don't need to worry about that. Let's wait for the door to close completely and replay. Alright. Oh, perfect. Really good. Wow, look at that, man. Push it backwards a bit. It feels fast. Yeah, that wasn't too bad. I mean, it was a bit harsh, but not like crazy. And wait, I want to take a picture with the sun. The way it was looking was pretty interesting, like that. Maybe like that. Done. Awesome. Niels Christiansen just gave 5 passes. Holy cow. Thank you so much, man. Whoa. Dude, thank you. We've got 10 passes for our crew. Yes, saw there? Did you see that moment where I kind of like, okay, we have to land? I was like, hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it. Nope. Landed. Yeah, that was decent. I think that was decent. Do you want to try to see the first landing? Let's try to see the first landing. I wonder if I just push this back, roll back. Whoa, shit. Southampton just gave 1 more pass. Oh man, thank you so much. And I just now noticed that I need to adjust my picture. Dude, thank you so much. Wow. And 1 more! Whoa, dude. Thank you. Guys, holy cow. I take my hat off. Holy cow. Thank you so much, dude. That's incredible. Alright, here we go. Looks like X-Plane actually recorded all of this and it didn't crash, so let's watch it. I mean, let's watch. There we go. Shift 2, hit the play. Oh no, it's probably gonna be stuck forever. No. And another one. Dude, thank you so much. And another one. What? Thank you so much. Wow. All right, let's see the first one. Would like to see the Progress D436 engines on the Tupolev 134. I have no idea what are those engines, but please enlighten me. Are they like special, more powerful, or like what's there? Ah, that was a greaser. That was really good, and I know I probably didn't deploy the speed brakes up. But that was really nice. Holy cow. That was a really nice landing. By the way, the replay worked perfectly. Okay, now I'm going to do something. I'm going to exit replay, probably explain we'll load this again. I'll do the final picture, and then it's going to be it. Southampton 220, thank you so much for all the boarding passes. For all the people out there, this is so cool. Thank you so much. Wow, really. Whew. Alright, so it's been a positive live stream, I think. Really cool stuff. We had a lot of adventure, a lot of fun. Flew the Tupolev 134. It was actually a lot easier than it was previously, probably exactly because of the fact that everything is in English, and at least to me, it's kind of like, okay, it's a lot more familiar to just look at it this way. So, yeah. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this. Thank you so much. Thank you for all the donations of the boarding passes. So we have a bunch of new crew members out there. I don't know. We're gonna see you next week. I still don't know if I'm gonna be able to live stream on the next weekend, because there is gonna be an event, like an air show in my city, and I am not so sure if my flight school is gonna go there or not, actually. So if they will go, I will be supporting them completely, because that's part of my job as well, and because I want to do so. And if that's going to be the case, I will only be able to live stream on Monday. But nonetheless, it's going to be fun. I will be out there. So I don't know what to do yet, but probably something general aviation, maybe some turboprop. I feel like we had enough jets. But yeah, maybe some general aviation. I don't know what you'd like to see next live stream. Please let me know, either here in the chat or in the comments after, or just reach out on Discord. So we'll see. Anyways, thank you so much for all the support. Niels, more modern, higher bypass, 80s tech instead of 60s tech. Proposed for Tupolev 134 modernization. Oh, okay. That's cool. That'll be actually nice to see. Maybe in the future, maybe they'll do this. I mean, I'm just happy to see that they're doing free stuff for X-Plane, and it's been really nice. So that's really cool. Virtual pilot, well, so the Tupolev 134 is not a cruel boss anymore. Well, it kinda is, but with this mod, it's a lot easier. So that's it. Thank you for 997, bye-bye. Southampton 220, don't worry, that's a good reason not to stream. Well, yeah, but I don't know, we'll see. Anyways, gonna talk on a Discord. I'll post the pictures from the live stream as well. And thank you, Belluel, for this amazing mod. It's really cool. Secret 597 live stream the event. What event? Ah, the event, of course. There will be a live stream on the event, so not mine, but there will be one. That's it. Niels Christensen, Blue Skies, guys. Bye-bye. I'm gonna go now. Thank you so much again. You guys are amazing. I love you. Have a great week. See you on the next one. Bye-bye.